Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Davis.
Here.
Parker.
Here.
Stoops.
Here.
Weaver.
Here.
Wilson. Lucas R. Absent.
Make a motion to excuse the absence of Roberta for this support.
Parker.
Yes.
Stoops.
Yep.
Weaver.
Yep.
Yes.
Wilson. Wilson. And Davis.
Yes.
All right. Non-agenda items from sidelines. I have none. Comments from city administration. Donna's not here, so we've got Jennifer in her place. You got anything to say?
I have nothing to say.
Okay. Chief?
I've got one thing. This is in continuation to the flagpole that we had put in last fall to complete the Eagle Scout project. We are going to be doing, or he's going to be doing a flag dedication ceremony to William Lewis. Actually, his son contacted us about it. His son is still alive, living in K-Pac. William Lewis was the police chief that was shot in Memphis back in 1970. As of right now, we have the whole Boy Scout troop, our department, state police, the FOP, as well as William Lewis's family that are going to be coming.
When is this?
May 12th, 6 p.m. That's the only issue that we may have is having to shut down part of the union with that many people.
Can I get a motion to allow them to shut down the union?
I'm ready to go.
Support? Support. Okay.
Okay.
And you have a new car too. You want to tell us about that? Came in?
Yes, the car did come in on Friday, and it's already been shipped over to Jason Burden's house to be outfitted. All the equipment and graphics are in also.
Fantastic. Do vote.
Yep. Stoops.
Yes.
Weaver.
Yep.
Wilson.
Yes.
Absent. Davis.
Yes.
Parker.
Yes.
All right. Anything else? All right. Moving on. Fire department. Fire department. We have a resolution in front of you. This resolution right here. This is for Memphis, which is Macomb County. It's a mutual aid box alarm system. It's a statewide mutual aid program that the chief wanted us to get involved in. Do you know anything else about this that you'd like to say?
Not particularly. The county, Macomb County utilizes it. It just allows for, I think it's some, I believe some participation, some grant money possibly.
Right.
Things like that, so.
Right now,
Does
we
it expand the mutual aid? I know we have it for the local communities now. This kind of expands it a little further.
Yes and no. We're currently we're already participating in Macomb County's,
Okay.
the larger, I guess, mutual aid, if you want to consider it that. We have like a tanker task force. So we could, in theory, end up to, Chesterfield, Sterling Heights.
but this actually could
Township.
take us anywhere in the state.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
This
it kind of
does expand our
if you're part, it depends on how far the planning process gets out. I guess as you.
But we would be, what happened, according to the chief, I talked to him about it today, what happens when a huge event occurs is people just go. What this does is organizes us in a county group that we go with that group. And it's more organized than us just saying, oh, hey, guys, get in a fire truck and go to Lansing.
So it's more statewide, more of a statewide.
It's a statewide mutual aid, and chief recommended we do this, so I'd like to get a motion to approve the resolution to join Mavis.
I'll approve this resolution.
Support.
Scott.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anything else?
I don't know. Everybody see the new truck come in?
New truck? New police car, new truck.
It's over at Apollo right now. Took it over there
getting their name
Oh,
on it, just
yesterday.
like police car?
Yeah, a couple things, some new stickers, updating a few things. We're gonna take out a couple of jump seats, put in a medical cabinet, a couple things we wanted to.
The good news
Tailor
is
towards us.
it will replace 2 of our trucks.
Two vehicles.
Right, we did Sunday. We got it on Friday, took it Sunday, we took off the equipment on Rescue 2 and the engine, and at this point, looks like everything, maybe some tweaking, final tweaking, but we should be able to make some arrangements to get both of those vehicles going.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Superstar absent, Superstar absent, Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops.
All right, going on to adoption or amendment of the agenda.
No amendments, I make a motion, we adopt the agenda as presented.
Support.
Wilson,
Yes.
Superstar absent, Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yes. Hopefully you've all had a chance to go over the regular meeting minutes of April 1st, 2014. If there's no changes, then entertain a motion to accept those.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from April 1st as presented. Support.
Superstar absent, Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
All right, can I get a motion to accept communications?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
W absent, Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson.
Yes.
All right, the only thing we have is from Anthony Wickersham, the Sheriff of Macomb County. Macomb County Sheriff's Office begins its 13th annual cleanup across various areas of Macomb County during the months of April and May, weather permitting. This cleanup is performed minimum security inmates and not escape risk and are guarded by a sheriff's deputy. He would like to take the opportunity to offer his cleanup services, just like always. I told Bart already, we can always use somebody cleaning up the park or the parking lots or whatever. We just have to get them lunch usually.
We've done this.
We've done it several
before,
times.
Several times.
So
in the past.
I don't know if we need a motion to accept this and have Bart's check on availability, but if we do, just go ahead and get one.
That's
Have you
enough.
set it up? Okay, well then, Jennifer, go ahead and set up something. Do you guys want them to come and clean up town?
I think we've used them over at the park extensively over
Yeah,
there.
they did a good job of
And,
that.
yes, they did, yeah. And it saved me a lot of work the last couple of times. Of course, now I'm getting, so I can't do much.
I don't think we did it last year.
I don't,
2
we
years
didn't do it
before
last
that.
year, but, I know we haven't, we haven't edged it, we haven't cleaned it every up, and we want to do it before we put the flowers in though. We usually put them in the 24th of May prior to that, a week or two.
Yeah, 2 years ago, we had them come in right before Memorial Day for the parade, and they swept all along us
Yeah.
everywhere.
Well, can we get a motion to go ahead and let her set up something?
Yeah, I'll make that motion then.
Support?
Support.
We'll look that over the park too, especially some of the parks.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yep.
Wilson,
Yes.
Superstar absent, Superstar absent.
All right. Unfinished business, there was none. New business, budget meetings. We need to set the dates for the budget meeting. Do you think we'll need all
I think
those dates or just
yeah,
one?
Let's set it up for 3, but we've never used 3, just in case.
Yeah. Okay.
Normally, we can, if we can get the budget ahead of time, we kind of go over it, each department and.
You're
look
thinking
at-
May 21, 22, 23?
Yes, we're, May 21st, 22nd, and 23rd, which is Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the only thing we weren't sure is the time. I'd like to set it up for 6, but I'm not sure everybody can make it at 6.
Well, Roberta's the one I would be concerned about. She's not here.
No, I believe she typically gets off work around 2 or 3.
Oh, really?
Well, it was just one time that she couldn't, we had something, couldn't make it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then, let's make it at 6 o'clock.
Everybody okay with
Can
that?
everybody else make it at 6, though? Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right,
Can I
what's
get
the
a-
work changes?
Pardon?
Let's look
May
at the work
21st, 22nd, and 23rd
Yeah,
at
it's-
6 PM
yeah.
here in this.
And if
room.
you don't feel comfortable at 6, we'll make it at 6:30, but that's up to you. We'll make it.
Well, I need a motion.
I'll make the motion.
You have support?
Yeah, for the, yeah.
Okay,
like
got
the
support.
On the date stated.
Sounds good.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas, absent, Davis.
Yes.
All right, next is fire department spring school training. Basically, fire department wants to do their spring training, Roscommon, Michigan, May 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. It's $150 per student. They want to send 7 students, so $1,050.
That's in the budget,
It's in the budget.
training budget, yes.
Any questions, comments? Can I get a motion to allow the fire department to do the training?
I'll make a motion that we allow the fire department, once stated in this memo, for training.
Support.
Stoops,
Yes.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Lucas, absent, Davis,
Yes.
Parker.
Yes. All right. Next is St. Clair County foreclosure properties. As always, we get opportunities to look at properties that have been foreclosed on for tax purposes. And we were given one this time to look at. It is, I should show you guys on this map here. Is the back half of this parcel 5 that's along the river right here. It's a little over an acre. It's riverfront.
And it's landlocked,
And
isn't it?
it's landlocked.
Yeah.
Where am I? Oh, okay.
Right there.
It's this back half of this parcel here.
Yeah.
Just the back half? What's
Yep.
the easement there?
I don't know. According to, when I looked at the tax map, it looked like it was cut directly in half about right here. There's a campground
Yeah, I
that
know
he's
which-
put
I know
right
which
down
one you're
here.
talking about, yeah.
If we were wanting to expand the park in the future, maybe put a bridge across the river to that other area, we could get this parcel, but I don't know. I mean,
I think, that, I hate to be an objection to everything, but I think it could be looked at, but I think we have to be a little cautious. There is flooding across the river. To
Yeah,
put a
it's-
bridge in would be very expensive. Also, you'd have to have permits and all that kind of thing. And there's a lot of, that's flood, a lot of water, trees go down there, would knock out a normal bridge. So it could be quite expensive.
and it could be destroyed.
Yeah, it could be destroyed, right. So I think we have to be a little careful about that. If you wanted somebody to, the advisory, somebody to look at it and see, do their due diligence, I wouldn't object to that, though I think we have to be real concerned and because of the possibility of, quite expensive trying to utilize it, because it is landlocked.
Right. So, well, here's kind of what I'd like to do. I would like to have somebody advise us on whether we want to take this under wing. But I believe that maybe through that we should create a park commission, a group that is actually working on our Parks and Rec plan. Eric Schneider is working on the Parks and Rec plan and said he would be glad to be involved in the park commission. And then eventually, if the park commission decides, we may expand it to include the surrounding townships, so we can offer more Parks and Recs opportunities for our citizens and the greater community.
I think also we should check how much is involved in even purchase. I don't know what the figure is. You have any
The figure is $2,165
Till about $120.
for a little over an acre.
Yeah, and you
So-
have to, how long, June 13th.
Yeah, so I mean, we can, if we could send it to advisory,
And
For-
get Eric involved.
get Eric involved for not only that, but for developing the Parks Commission.
Yeah, okay.
I'd appreciate it. So can I get a motion to send the foreclosed property and Parks Commission question to advisory?
I'll make that motion.
Support.
Weaver,
Yes.
Wilson,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops.
Yes.
But I will just make a comment again, we should be a little careful because there would be significant costs involved if we were ever going to, in the future. Unless you can get grants and that.
Well, you can definitely,
Yeah.
according to Macomb County, who was in here for our last planning commission meeting,
Mhm.
the best opportunity that you have for grants from the state level is parks along rivers. The natural gas and oil producers have to pay a certain percentage to a fund for waterfront and parks development.
Yeah.
And that fund is hemorrhaging money, is the way they said it. So the money's available, it's readily available, so that's something that they should consider as well. Next thing I have is, or moving on, new business from the mayor. Our pit bull ordinance. You know, I'm concerned that it is focuses on a certain breed. I don't like breed specific, and it doesn't give enough requirement for people in general that have aggressive dogs. I put a memo together. You know, aggressive dogs can be any type of breed, but any type of breed that would cause damage, I would like to see our pit bull ordinance changed to an aggressive animal registration, where it requires, if you have an animal that is protective of your family, or that has been used as a guard dog, or it has, you know, that is a little scared and maybe aggressive towards strangers, that you have to come to the city offices and register that dog, so our fire department, our police department, and our DPW know in case they have to come out to the properties. You know, right now our firemen don't know if they're responding to a house and going in if there's a dog there that's aggressive, regardless of the breed. So that's what my memo is about. I don't know who we would send that task to.
Probably advisory again.
Probably advisory again, but I'd like to see our pit bull ordinance changed to, and we have in there not aggressive, but ferocious dog.
No, it's, we have.
Vicious.
Vicious dogs where, yeah, they have to be muzzled and led by a leash or anything like that.
The problem with
We have that.
vicious dogs is not, I mean, vicious dog sounds like, okay, I've got a dog that just attacks everything.
Mhm.
An aggressive dog or scared dog can be friendly at one moment and then attack at the next. So I would like to have somebody take a look at changing that pit bull ordinance to a more broad, that instead of blaming a breed,
more inclusive,
blames an owner.
Yeah.
You know, because people know when their dog is aggressive. As I said, I'm in over 400 houses a year. I've never been bitten by a dog, and it's because of the fact that if somebody has an aggressive dog, they put it away before I get there. I've never been to a house and somebody goes, well, I don't know if my dog's aggressive or not.
Mhm.
Everybody knows. And
Well, I think pit bulls do have a propensity to be that way, but I know a few, or I know of one, I should say, and it's not a purebred pit bull. It does have pit bull in it, but it's certainly is far from being aggressive. You know,
we probably have,
so-
what, about 15 in town? Yeah, we probably have about 15 pit bulls in town already.
So, and yet our ordinance,
apartments already?
yeah, our ordinance specifically states we're not, it's strictly prohibited. If you're going to enforce, you got to enforce it all, or we should modify this to some degree.
Yeah, and you know, there's some other things that we should consider. I talked to our local vet. She says if a dog has a propensity toward violence, that if we require that dog neutered, it will, or spayed, it will help get rid of some of that violent behavior. So maybe we put that into the requirement somewhere, that if there is an incident where somebody comes in and complains that it's violent, we need to make sure it's spayed or neutered. You know, if there is an incident, we need to make sure that homeowner knows they're responsible for that dog. I mean, even if it's in your driveway, you've got to have that dog on a leash, so if somebody's jogging by on the sidewalk, it's not going to chase them down. plus I think Scott brought this up. We don't need to register dogs that are aggressive but are tiny. You know, we need a combination of aggressive and the ability to cause harm. You know, like the dog that bit you today, a Pomeranian, probably didn't cause any damage whatsoever. So, you know, it needs to be worded and changed to a point where not only the right dogs are being watched, because, I mean, we could have two neighbors with one with a violent dog that is a collie and one with a pit bull that's sweet as can be. And by our laws, the collie, we can do whatever he wants, and we have to take that pit bull out of town. So, anybody have any comments or questions on this, or?
No, I think it could be looked at, and I assume the advisory is really the one probably should look at it.
All right, can I get a motion to send it to advisory?
I'll make that motion.
Support?
I'll support it.
Wilson,
Yes.
Davis,
Yes.
Parker,
Yes.
Stoops,
Yes.
Weaver.
Yep. And Easter. Everybody have a happy Easter. It's gonna be this weekend. And hopefully it'll stop snowing by then. So everybody can have family over and hang out in the yard. That's all I have. Larry, you have anything?
Just briefly, I give you a memo again on a spreadsheet. I always hand those out. It's just so that you recognize some of the cost structure of our medical coverage. We'll be looking at that this fall, because I think by December 1st we have to be covered under Obamacare. And I will be talking to the powers to be at that time, and I'll come back when we know what the issue is or what it's going to be. Then I'll come back and keep council advised of it.
All right.
So that's all I have.
Mr. Parker?
Nothing.
Frank?
Yes, yeah, last night there was a library board meeting. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend, but I did get some reports back from it. And I sent Donna a sheet on her email, but evidently you don't.
No, I did. I didn't. I last checked it around like 2. Did you send it after?
Right after that. I sent
Oh,
it.
okay. I'll get it first.
Anyways, there are some things with the library that needs to be addressed. I guess we can address it at our next meeting, because Bart needs to be here anyways for the second item here. So, but other than that, the library is doing good. Circulation's staying good, and all is well.
Yeah, and I think the changes that made over there are for the best too. How
Yeah.
they change things around, I think that's good.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. But there does need to be some more changes, and that's what we have to discuss. The first item here, I would hope we will discuss that out of the limelight of the media first.
Hey.
And the second item on here, we'll talk about it with Bart at our next meeting.
Yeah, so we're gonna have secret meetings without the media. Put that in the paper. Anything
And that's
else?
all I have. Happy Easter to everybody.
It's good, isn't it? You have anything, Scott?
No, nothing.
All right, can I get a motion to adjourn?
I got a question.
Yeah.
What is going on with the water on Benton Street?
Is it running?
It finally is, but we were out for 10 weeks. And I mean, if we weren't fortunate enough to have the nice neighbors, not to mention we redid all their plumbing for from their basement out because it was all jacked up. I mean, that's the only way we got them to allow us to use their water. Plus, we had to pay their bill.
Well, the bills were Bart's not here tonight, but the bills were averaged out over the last 8 years, so no one paid over. They took what the water usage over the last.
No, I understand they did that over the 3 years.
There's
And they took
really
that.
there's really nothing much you can do about it. We had an exceptional cold winter, and from what I heard,
Well, what I was told is
frost
that
was down below
36
7 feet.
inches.
So, or 7, no, it was down near 7 feet. And so this is a very unusual winter.
I was just told that ours was from the guy I don't even know from the city who came out that it was our pipe was only put at 36 inches when they're supposed to be put at 54,
I-
and that they didn't want to tear up Benton Street because it's a new street.
Well, I'm not so sure about that.
Well, that was the only way to solve the problem would be to totally replumb.
So I mean, but what are we really supposed to do as of 10 weeks? If we weren't fortunate enough for our neighbors, we would have had to move out. I mean, you can't live without water.
Yeah, that's true.
And we had four of our neighbors that had the same exact problem.
Yeah, the whole street had that problem.
So I mean, is that really not worth fixing? Like,
I don't think, well, if we want to spend another couple $100,000, I guess it could be resolved.
I know, but I mean, is that
There's not much we can do about that.
I mean, that was put in how many years ago?
Benton, I'm not sure.
4, 5 years ago?
No,
6
maybe,
years?
I think a little longer than that.
But do you guys expect the homeowners to be responsible for the mistake of them not putting it deep enough, or?
Well, I'm not so sure that's true or not, but I certainly had Bart check into it, but I'm not sure.
It just seems funny to me because in Memphis there was 4 homes and they all happened to be on Benton Street.
Well, no, there was a lot many more than that.
More than
It was
that.
all through the city.
There were some that were 5 and 6 feet deep.
There was some here on
lines.
Boardman Road, there was, no, it wasn't just Benton Street, no.
Yeah, Cole Street had some.
Cole Street had some.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of ridiculous because I mean, how are you?
It was a ridiculous winter. It really
No, I completely agree with that. It's just I don't know. It's just a pain. That's why I was just curious, like if they had any plans to do anything about it or.
Well, next time, if you'll leave your name and address, next time.
Yeah, I
Next time
like that.
DPW committee has a meeting, you can come in and talk to them about it. Does that sound good for you guys?
Well, I mean, are they really going to do anything about it? Like he said, it's.
Probably
Probably
not. There's
probably not,
I mean,
no.
it was an act of God that caused the
Yeah.
freeze to be so deep this year.
Yeah.
And it's never happened before anywhere in town. So just the simple fact that we were getting spots in town that were freezing up, that wasn't something we could control.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just us. I mean, lines were freezing in Richmond, and I mean, all over.
Yeah.
And it was just unfortunate.
Uh,
We tried to solve the issue, going in and digging. And,
So
and
if we
using-
want to, could there be something passed as far as us digging our own well? Because that's what, I mean, it almost comes down to.
I
if
know
we
there's a
can-
law against wells in town.
I'm telling you can't.
Because they want us to buy water, obviously, from the city, so
No, you just don't have I don't believe you have the
what the
drilling rights on the property in town, because you would be tapping into our water supply for the city.
oh, okay.
I know they dug up one over there, and that was certainly not down more than 36 inches. There was one dug up on the far side. I don't know where you live, but it was dug up on the far side, and I was over there when they were digging that, and they were down. That was the line from the house out there, and it was below. I know it was below 36 inches because Bart was down in there, and I think it was above his head, so that would be.
I'm not sure.
You know,
The
that'd be
guy
45
he came out with some tool or whatever. But we had to keep our water because we had it hooked up from our neighbor's house. We had to
Well, I
leave
know.
in halfway
No.
the whole.
A lot did, but
Yeah, there was quite a few houses.
Yeah,
Oh, it was terrible.
And, Romeo had the same problem, Richmond had the same problem, so it's not unique just to Memphis, you know.
And it ended up costing the city a significant amount too.
Oh yeah, of course, because they had to take an average. When I'm sure our neighbor's bill was over $500 having our
I'm sure
water
it was.
run
Well,
constantly.
that wasn't
Yeah.
even this. That wasn't. That
No,
part
we
of
had-
it was what we paid out to have some of the lines
Besides that.
unfrozen.
And
See,
then
but that's like
froze
one, like
back up.
if it came to our neighbor not doing that, then we're just kind of shit out.
We would have had to do something at that point. That was.
See, I thought we were just gonna be left high
No,
and
you
dry.
weren't. the only
I guess
ones
you're
that
lucky
were
we live
tapped
in a
in.
town where all the neighbors did come together and help each other.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's the reason we live in a small town.
Yeah. Well, see, that's what I was like, Dad. You know what? If we have to run it 3 houses down across the neighbor's yard or around it, whatever. Because I mean,
Right.
we weren't super close with them or whatever. Pretty much just bribed them with doing their plumbing. So that's what it pretty much came down to. But
Well, we do have a complaint policy. If you want to file a formal complaint,
well, I mean, if it's not gonna do anything, I'm not gonna.
it may or may not. I doubt we'll do anything because
No.
this was, like I said, this was one of those
Oh, yeah.
rare acts of God that ended up hitting everybody.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a very severe winter, and temperature-wise hadn't been the worst, I guess, the real worst, but snow-wise, we made a record.
Yeah, just yesterday.
record.
Just yesterday, today.
And hopefully we don't have a winter this bad again.
Ever.
Yeah. Oh, you're
Global
telling
warming,
me.
we're praying for it. That's it.
I think we did adjourn, right?
Yes, we
No,
did.
we did not.
Oh,
Oh, I thought I made a motion to adjourn.
No, we were going to.
Okay.
You made the motion.
Well, there's really no motion, we just adjourned.
All right.
Okay.